두 번째 연사를 자리에 모시겠습니다. 두 번째 연사는 리 이쉐 상해 산업기술연구소 바이오메디컬 본부장님이십니다. 발표 주제는 중국의 빅데이터와 정밀의료, 도전과 기회입니다. 리 이쉐 본부장님을 뜨거운 박수로 맞아주시기 바랍니다.
Dear Dr. Song Zhongguo and dear Professor Xu Zhihong, and ladies and gentlemen, it's my great honor to have this opportunity here to give a presentation about the big data and the precision medicine, to share our idea here. Okay, so we all know we are now in the age of the big data, especially for the biological big data areas. So this kind of machine is very, very important. It's high throughput biotechnologies. And we know this is a high safe extent systems for the DNA sequencing. They can produce 1.8 TB data per series, and also sequencing roughly 20,000 human genomes per year. And because of this kind of the high throughput technologies, they promote the biological research becoming a digital science. From these pictures, we can also show you what's behind this big biological data. Based on the rapid development, high throughput biotechnologies, we know the biological data, the doubling time is roughly 5 months. And we know for the IT science, for the hard disk storage, the facilities, doubling time is 14 months. And for the computing power, the doubling time, we still need 18 months. That means the IT science, the development cannot face to the challenge of the big data. That means information science faces to the big data challenge. We have the problem for the storage, for data movement, for data analysis, for the data interpretations, for data visualizations, and called for solution of the information science. And the big data challenge needs high performance computing, needs cloud computing, such technologies. Okay, what is the reality of the big data challenges? We would like to say, in the most of the cases, we still, in this situation, we lack the blind man and the elephant. If we want to know what behind the big biological data. And still, we have the big gap between the dramatically increased biological data and also our abilities of the computational data mining and the knowledge discoveries. From this picture, you can see the data grows very dramatically. But what we can use in the clinical applications, the patent, something like this, the increase not so dramatically. We still have some problems too. Of data mining and the knowledge discoveries. And what's behind of the big biological data? So here is some poetry from the poet from the last century, in the 30th American poet. He said, where is the wisdoms we have lost in the knowledge? Where is the knowledge we have lost in the information? And we can say also, where is the information we have lost in the data? We can see this statement from Heisenberg from last century. He said, what we observe is not a nature itself, but nature exposed. Exposed to our mass of the questioning. That means, if we want to know the meaning behind the data, it's rely on what kind of tools we use. But the question is, can we always rely and also believe our tool we used? Maybe it is a big question. For that reason, maybe we need this kind of idea for the biological studies. Maybe you'll say nothing in the biology makes sense except in the light of the evolution. Maybe this is the idea we want to follow for the big data mining. And also some other issues also very important. Experiment. This is a statement from Terry Speed, and biostatisticians from the United States, and now he's working in Australia. He said, good design always helps, but that is usually restricted to a single study and must be done before the data are generated. That means not every data is spotted. Many data may be garbage. Some data we produce must be by some well-designed experiment. Here we would like to say the association and the causal relationships. In the big data era, many idea sets, maybe in the big data era, we do not need to know the causal relationship. We need only to know the association among the elements that form the complex systems. However, biological studies always need to know the driving force or causal relationship among biological elements which forms complex biological systems. We would like to say in this case, even in the big biological data errors, hypothesis driven is still key. Unlike the data generated by Google, WeChat, and Alibaba, etc., even the big biological data is highly heterogeneous inside the data, where there still exist intrinsic structures determined by the various biological principles and also experiment design. This is the base we can find some causal relationship. We should find that causal relationship among the elements from the complex biological systems. Here we would like to say algorithms for general big data. We can develop in some algorithms for dealing with the data which has feature of 4 ways, as big data features, and find the association among the elements of the big data systems. But for the causal relationship we want to know, we should develop some algorithms for big biological data. It's not only the 4 ways algorithms, but plus hypothesis-driven curation method. Put these 2 parts together, we can discover the causal relationship among biological elements is forming complex biological systems. Okay, so in general, we like to say, even in the big biological data era, we still need these general rules for the research. Here we say the big data mining. The rule 1, we should know our targeting, what we want to do. The rule 2, we should have previous knowledge. Rule 3, we should have the good data preparations. We should also perform trial and error. There's no free lunch. And we should know in our data there exists still exist some intrinsic modules. And we should have the vision for our research field. And our math should perform good prediction and assessment. And this prediction and assessment should have some value. That means value of discoveries. And our methodology should be dynamic. We should also development our new methodologies. We should have some innovation idea. This is some short introduction about the big data. Now also we would like to share with you some Chinese version of the Precision Medicine Initiative. This is a Chinese National Special R&D project from 2016 to 2020. This is contents. The first we want to talk about the significance and the necessity. Why we need precision medicine in China. We know recently so in China we are on the way to the aging society. In China now is already 130 million populations, it's over 65 years old. And we have a high-level disease incidence. For example, we have 290 million people have cardiovascular disease. And roughly, so in 2030, we will have 12 million people Alzheimer's disease. And recently, for chronic liver disease, we have over 30 million people. And in China, we have roughly 6,000 or 7,000 rare diseases, the type. Yeah. And the social demands, for example, in the 2014, we spent 23% of our GDPs for the healthcare. And in 2020, this number will be reached 32% of our GDPs. It's really cause a huge burden to China. This is why we need precision medicine. And why we come precision medicine, we would like to say the many different technologies developed and many research results and support our studies. We can now start our precision medicine because the mature omics technologies, because we have the large cohorts and also some big data analyze platforms and also some research results for the personalized medicines. And based on this, we can also start our precision medicine project. And we know the precision medicine is really shows the trend of the medical science and development and represent the direction of the development of the clinical practice. And through integrating the multiple knowledge and the systematical technology of the modern medical science, precision medicine can present new disease classifications, systems, and setting a precision diagnosis standard, and can improve national health level and reduce and invite harmful and over-treatment, reducing medical costs, optimize national allocation of the medical resource, and promoting the rapid development of the multidisciplinary research field. And we would like also to say precision medicine can also open the huge industry development space. We know for biological samples and data are very valuable. And for the molecular diagnosis, become the new hot spots in biopharmaceutical industry. And we have already know the individual treatment based on precision medicine will have the increasing market scale. And although we know the next generation sequencing industrial development also very quickly. That means precision medicine can also open the huge windows for industry development. Because it's important, the most of the development countries have their own strategic for the precision medicine. It really shows the intensive global competitions. We know that in 2011, the United States first announced their proposal by NRC for the report. We know that is towards precision medicine. We want to build knowledge networks for biomedical research and the new taxonomy of disease. And in 2014, EU announced their strategic research agent achieving precision medicine. It means providing right patient with the right preventive treatments and at the right time. In 2014, Japan has also announced their precision medicine initiative project. And in 2014, NIH announced their precision medicine project in 2015. And in 2015, we know the President Obama issued American Precision Medicine Initiative. In China, in the last 5 years, we have already funding some research projects related with personalized medicine and precision medicines. In the last 5 years, we delivered money around 3.4 billion Chinese yuan to support the related precision medicine research. And we funded some related core research, and we want to setting up some major disease clinical biobank and the databases. And clinical trial networks obtain a series of the molecular biomarkers related to the personalized treatment. And we accumulating the survey data about baseline data and disease spectrum of Chinese populations. And we initially starting up the clinical research cohort and biobank. And we also issued some related politics and policies. In early 2014, CFDA cleared the classification of the NGS products in medical instruments, approving BGI and Dangene and also some other companies of NIPT. It's non-invasive prenatal testings. This is now a huge market in China now. In January 2015, the National Health and Family Planning Commission approved 109 institutes of carrying out the pilot projects about high throughput sequencing. In March 2015, Ministry of Science and Technologies had the first meeting of the precision medicine strategies, and in April 15, 2015, National Health and Family Planning Commission, Ministry of Science and Technology, organized expertise to discuss actualize roles, objectives, and key contents of the precision medicine initiative. And the precision medicine initiative have several tasks: improving the efficiency of the diagnosis and treatment of the disease preventions, optimizing the distribution of medical resources, and taking the leadership of the medical and related industrial development in the future, and improving national health level. And our project would like to bring a new driving force to the development of our national science and technologies innovation and health industry. What is our objectives? The aim 1 for the precision medicine initiative in China is information collections. And aim 2, we want to build a large population cohort. It's a medium size. And aim 3, we want to set up the national infrastructure for the big data analysis and the big data storage to support precision medicine research. And aim 4 is we should announce some clinical used precision prevention, diagnosis, and treatment scheme. And aim 5, we should develop the individualized treatment technologies based on our research and deliveries. Here is the detail about the aim and the tasks. For them, 1, new generation omics technologies, we should develop this new generation omics technologies. And aim 2 is a large population cohort. Aim 3 is key technology of the big data analysis. Aim 4 is precision prevention, diagnosis, and treatment scheme. Aim 5 is individualized treatment technologies. And here we should develop some new integrated omics technologies for the clinical use. And we should build over medium size precision medicine initiative related cohort. And 3 is establishing data integration, storage, utilization, and sharing platforms for precision medicine big data resource. And we should present precision protocol and the diagnosis approach for the treatment of the diseases. And we should deliver the biomarkers and drug targets for the clinical use of precision medicine technologies. And finally, we should also build some integrated clinical application and develop demonstration platforms. In the national wide, we should build around 50 that demonstration platforms across the whole China. This is the delivery of the precision medicine project. Here's million level cohort. And we should build omics and health information reference databases. We should set up the national infrastructure for the biological and biomedical database and also calculation supporting systems. We should deliver over 200 precision prevention, diagnosis, and treatment scheme, etc. And also around 20 clinical decision supporting systems, and also precision medical knowledge bases, as around also 10 or 20, and 10 clinical demonstration bases, and clinical NGS systems. This is clinical use, not as high, full high throughput. And also deliver over 200 biomarkers can be used for clinical. And also over 100 K for clinical use. And also over 100 candidate drug targets. This is for the application and the products. And also for the market promotions, we would like to use our research results to over 2,000 country-level hospitals, and also 100 top province-level hospitals. And we would like to deliver over 100 clinical protocols, and also deliver over 1,000 national patents, and also deliver over 100 international patents, and deliver over 500 software copyright. This is market prevention side. Okay, so in summaries, in 2016 to 2020, the overall task for Chinese version of the precision medicine is shown by these slides. For the basic research and the general technologies, it has a part. Project 1 is integrated omics technologies. Project 2 is the precision medicine initiative, the cohort program. And project 3 is data center and infrastructure. And for project 4 is precision protocol diagnosis approach for the treatment of disease. And project 5 is biomarker and drug target discovery. And project 6 is to build over 50 national-wide demonstration platform for precision medicine. This is my talk, and okay, so I don't want to give the detail about this task 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. So quickly, yeah. The task 1 is develop next generation omics technologies. Task 2 is establish a large population cohort. Task 3 is establishing the data integration, storage, realization, and sharing platforms of the precision medicine big data resource. And task 4 is precision protocol diagnosis approach for treatments of disease. Task 5 is biomarker and drug target discoveries. And task 6, integrative clinical applications and the demonstration platform. Okay, this is some short introduction about the Chinese precision medicine initiative. Thank you for your attention.
네, 감사합니다. 중국의 빅데이터와 정밀 의료 현황에 대해 발표해 주신 분은 리 이쉐 상해 산업기술연구소 바이오메디컬